IIC is an independent Islamic court. It is a platform which provides comprehensive services, including dispute resolution, in accordance with Islamic law. It provides the following services: matrimonial and family matters, talaq and separation, Islamic inheritance, commercial and employment in terms of contracts regarding to business disputes or drafting of contracts in terms of commercial law, community disputes involvement as well in terms of reconciliation, advisory and mediation. Even though we may have volunteers, we have to comply with a strict standard operating procedure, in the sense that all the volunteers or qualified members of the IIC need to ensure that they have some sort of legal profession, some sort of qualified profession in terms of counseling. This allows for the service that gives off to the community, in that it is professional and it is a trusted service.
We are looking at collaborating with existing institutions in our communities. The IIC is looking at building on and supplementing the resources of those communities and using that common thread of Sharia, Quran and Sunnah in respect to conscientizing our youth and our community that there are Islamic redress, proper redress that can be provided for, whether it is a commercial transaction, you and your brother going into business, whether it is, a woman who needs to know what her rights are regarding her father's inheritance, and what her, men who need to be given some education in respect to what it means to look after the mahrams that you are responsible for. So it's not a project that is only looking at dealing with the matters before the court in respect to the legal aspect. It is, the IIC projects are looking at a collaborative effort and looking at every case that comes to their door collaboratively and looking at the needs of that specific family dynamic. So using the GMT, which is the Global Muslim Treasury, which is the umbrella body that the IIC falls under, looking at the different ways in which to connect and utilize the projects and the projects of sister organizations and other Islamic organizations that already operate in this space to uplift and empower that family. So there will be some investigation in respect to whether the family that appears before the IIC is zakatable. If they qualify for zakatable, then efforts will be made to see that they are, appropriately seen to in respect to our Islamic responsibility of assisting, our fellow human beings that are zakatable. And then they will look at the empowerment aspect. If the dynamic has, a drug issue with one of the children or one of the spouses, then we'll look at collaborating with existing drug rehabilitation centers in the area the family resides in. As an attorney, I think there is a big need for this currently. The matrimonial legislation in the secular courts, recognizing Islamic marriages, etc. As an attorney myself, I understand why secular law is important, in governance in a country that you live, but when that entire secular system and the economics behind it is corrupted by capitalists and, run by elites, and there is a high inequality in the way the system operates in service delivery, in every aspect, then I think it's important for us to look inwardly into our communities and unify and solidify mechanisms that protect us, in a just way, obviously within the framework of the secular law.
I'm Farhana Ismail. I'm an attorney that specializes in divorce and family law. I've got over 20 years of experience in the field. And I think the reason why I mentioned that is because experience would be best suited to say why such a structure is so needed in our community. Our problems have evolved. Before I said this to my colleagues, that we would say that every third or fourth household had a problem, but it appears that nowadays every household has got a social issue that they are facing, if not a financial issue. We're no longer just doing the plain old old-fashioned divorces. A lot of more social evils have come, drugs, the whole LGBTQ issue, and so forth. So I think that, what distinguishes the Independent Islamic Court from all other structures that we currently have is that they're aiming to provide a holistic list of services under one umbrella. And I think that's so important, because if you do approach the court and it is found that there are issues in your home which requires therapeutic intervention, not only legal intervention, financial intervention, and all sorts of other interventions that are not specifically related to legal, they are aiming to assist you in the various disciplines. Obviously, in order to do that, you need to collaborate with other stakeholders. And that's where all the different community organizations and individuals as well, counselors, and not forgetting the professionals that can come on board to assist with this venture. It's a much needed project, I believe. Also looking at it from a cost perspective, legal fees, as everybody knows, is very expensive. The ordinary man on the street cannot even afford basic expenses, let alone legal fees. You're getting a good service at a minimal cost.